I'm aware that people follow a range of different diets, perhaps due to allergies, religious, geographical, or moral reasons. Therefore, I'm not going to tell you which specific foods to eat in this course. With that said, there are still universal nutrition rules that apply for building muscle and losing fat, no matter which diet you're currently following. Let's cover these now. Eat nutrient-dense, high-quality foods, as high quality as your budget allows. As well as getting enough energy and protein, you should opt for foods that are high in vitamins and minerals, also known as micronutrients. Micronutrients are needed in smaller amounts than macronutrients, which is our fat, carbohydrates, and proteins, but are still essential for optimizing our muscle building and fat burning capabilities. Therefore, to get the best results from our diet, it's important that we favour highly nutritious and healthy foods, whilst at the same time limiting our consumption of alcohol, sugar, and highly processed or refined foods, also known as convenience food. This includes fast food and microwavable ready meals, savoury snacks such as crisps, pies, and pastries, sugary drinks such as soda, fruit juice, energy drinks, and milkshakes. Not only do such foods consist of empty calories, meaning they are void of nutrition, but they also contain ingredients proven to be detrimental to our health, including sugar and sweeteners, artificial colours, E-numbers, MSG, and trans fats. You can imagine your body like a car. If you fill it with the correct fuel, it will perform well, but fill it with the wrong fuel and it will soon show signs of wear and eventually break down. Ensure that you're getting an adequate amount of protein with each meal, especially after workouts. To calculate your ideal daily protein consumption, I recommend 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. For example, a person who weighs 145 pounds should aim to consume 145 grams of protein per day. You may wish to use protein powders to supplement your diet. However, this isn't necessary. These powders are usually quite expensive and can cause gastrointestinal stress or bloating for some. Instead, my recommendation is to stick to eating proteins in their whole form. That way, you get micronutrients alongside your protein, and you won't have any problems meeting your protein requirements for that day. In all my years of training, I've never had a problem getting enough protein through eating foods in their whole form. Using a food diary app is useful for keeping track of your calorie intake. I recommend MyFitnessPal, which is free to use. Alternatively, you can write down your macronutrients for each meal you consume. If you're a leaner individual who struggles to gain muscle like I did, then you likely have a fast metabolism, and therefore you should be aiming to consume more overall calories per day. To attain a number to aim for, I recommend using a basal metabolic rate or BMR calculator. This will calculate the number of calories you need to maintain your weight at rest, using your gender, height, and weight. For example, a 5'10", 30-year-old male who weighs 170 pounds would need 1800 calories to maintain his weight with no training. With a quick Google search, you'll find many free resources that can help you calculate your BMR. When you have your number, add 500 calories on top of this per week until you see noticeable changes. Once you reach a point where you are getting results, stop adding calories in order to acquire lean muscle gains only. Adding more calories than you need to grow will result in fat accumulation on top of the muscle. One individual may need 3,000 calories in order to gain weight, and another may need 4,000 or more. Whatever your metabolism, as someone who wants to gain lean muscle mass, you need to make a conscious effort to eat enough. The amount of meals you eat is not so important as ensuring you're getting an adequate number of total calories and protein. However, if you're trying to gain weight and thus are in a calorie surplus, it might be more manageable to divide your food between 4 or more meals. Conversely, if you wish to lose fat, I recommend lowering your daily carbohydrate intake and substituting your diet with more fat, whilst maintaining the same amount of protein. This is often referred to as a low-carb diet, where total carbohydrate intake is limited to under 50 grams per day. This will allow your body to access stored body fat for energy, as opposed to carbohydrates, and therefore reduce the amount of body fat you're carrying. This is known as being in nutritional ketosis.